Hey guys, why don't you lift me up and put me on your shoulders and carry me off the field like a hero? Says Jim Schwartz when he was with the Buffalo Bills, and now he's just a loser with the Cleveland Browns. Let's talk Lions football.
Elbow, forearm, he's going to be down.
The result of the play is a touchdown.
And then the flag that was thrown on this was picked up.
I don't know, did it get the face man?
Only do that if you're telling the official you're reporting.
The Lions hangover.
Hello, and welcome to another exciting edition, a victorious edition of the Lions Hangover podcast. I am your host, Brad. Please find me on all social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and X, aka Twitter. Also, you can find this on YouTube. So if you're listening to me, go check it out on YouTube. You're going to want to see what I have in just a moment. And if you are watching this, but you're like, hey, I also need to drive to the grocery store, don't worry. I'm available everywhere you find your podcasts. You know, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, iHeart, you names it, I'm theirs. I like to mispronounce my S's. Hey, guys, I am starting a contest this week, a follower contest. So this is what I need you to do. I need you to take a screenshot of you following me on YouTube or following me on Spotify. Just subscribe. Subscribe to me. Take a screenshot. Wherever you follow me, take a screenshot proving that you are following me. Next, tag me on either Instagram or Twitter. Find me on Instagram and Twitter sharing this screenshot. Post it in your story, your reel, whatever. Just make sure I see it. And if you do that and I select you, this is going to go on for 3 weeks. I will select a winner of this contest for the bye week. That is week 8. I will select a winner of all the entries I have. You only need to enter one time. I did this last year. If you already follow me, you can still play along. This isn't just for new followers, but I'm trying to gain more followers. In exchange, I am willing to give you one of 5 glorious prizes, okay? Check me out on TikTok if you haven't already. Actually, everywhere. I posted a little teaser video of the bobbleheads I am going to give away. These are completely unopened. One of them doesn't look unopened, but trust me, it is. And that is, it's not a bobblehead. It is a Barry Sanders statue replica. This thing has some weight to it. It's nice. It's authentic. Here, let me get this up to the camera so you guys can see it. Oh, focus, camera, focus. I don't know if it'll focus, but anyway, just trust me. It's a Barry Sanders replica. It's about 6 inches tall. It has his name on the back. It is beautiful. This one is mine. This is not the one you are getting. The one you are getting is in... there we go. The one you are getting is in this box, which for some reason the top has been cut with like an X-Acto knife. The statue is inside, still in the styrofoam, completely untouched, completely unopened, other than the cutting. I don't know why that happened. So that's one you can pick. You get to choose one. This is the winners. You get to choose one. There's also a Penei Sewell bobblehead, completely unopened in the box. I wish this would focus. Automatic focuses, not so great. Penei Sewell bobblehead. This is exclusive to season ticket holders. It could be yours. It's amazing. A Brad Holmes bobblehead. See, Brad Holmes bobblehead. Again, exclusive. These little circles, exclusive to season ticket holders. I've just got some extra swag here, so I'm just trying to give it all away. Of course, game day giveaway. I've got a Calvin Johnson bobblehead. I believe they gave that one away like 2 years ago, something like that. Calvin Johnson bobblehead. It's going to be blurry. I'm sorry. I don't know why my camera's not focusing. And last but not least, Mr. David Montgomery bobblehead Knuckles, who was actually kind of quiet today in Cleveland. Man, sorry, I held it there just for a few minutes. Again, screenshot that you follow me, share it with me, make sure I see it. I will do my best to confirm it. If I don't confirm it, I haven't seen it. So once that happens, I will log your screen name, come week 8, I will select randomly a winner. I will contact you. I will ship one of these out. Again, I did this last year. It worked out great. I believe I gave away a Brad Holmes bobblehead. I'm not entirely sure. I know I had a couple extra ones. I'm pretty sure it was a Brad Holmes bobblehead that I gave away because I had an extra one. So you guys are definitely going to want to play along. I will let you pick which one of those you want, and I will send it to you. So if there's one that you want and you are the winner, you pick, and I will ship it out to you. I promise. No strings attached other than just following me. So now that that's out of the way, we can talk about the Detroit Lions today and how they dominated, per se, in a way, against the Cleveland Browns. They won by a final score of 34-10. There was lots happening. My favorite play of the day was the Khalif Raymond 65-yard touchdown, the punt return. I loved it. He is freaking fast. He should be the only one returning kicks. I know he had one kick return today as well for 30 yards. I believe that's what the stat was. I will definitely get into the stats in a little bit. Overall, not the greatest game by the Lions offense. Jared Goff had an off day. David Montgomery had an off day. J-Mo had a completely off day. I know he did get some catches, but I feel like I think statistically, I heard he had 2 drops, but I feel like he had 3 or 4 drops, man. Not the best game by J-Mo today. Not the worst game either. Again, I know he had some catches. They tried him out on a reverse. We'll see how many yards he got on that. Defense, though, held the Browns to just 10 points. A little bit worried because the Browns got started scoring first after the Lions received the ball. Lions received the ball, they go 4 and out. I think they got 1 first down right away, and then that was it. And then the Browns go down and score. That was kind of upsetting. I was a little bit worried completely for the first half. I think until Flacco's going to do Flacco things at some point, and until he threw that interception to Kirby Joseph along the sideline, I think he was perfect, 6 for 6 or 7 for 7 or something like that. So I definitely have highlights to show you guys. Of course, all highlights courtesy Detroit Lions, NFL. I feel like I have to say that stuff now, even though this is kind of a commentary on the podcast. It's all good for me to use. Defensively, yeah, I was getting on this. Kirby Joseph had an interception. DJ Reed had an interception. Aiden Hutchinson had a forced fumble. He gets credit with 2 sacks because that forced fumble counts as a strip sack. I'm sure you all knew that. The defense played really, really well outside of that first drive. Now, I thought the run defense could have been a little bit better. I thought their running back was able to move the ball a little bit more than I would like, especially since his name is not Chubb or Kareem Hunt. So that was a little upsetting. But it's okay. I mean, I'm not heartbroken over it or anything like that. The Lions did come away with the victory, which is the main goal. Coaching was okay. There was one time when the Lions threw the ball on 4th down, and I think I would have preferred them run the ball. I think that was in the first half. Just the way it was set up. I definitely wanted Montgomery to get the ball a little bit more. Special teams was fantastic. Jake Bates had that 58-yard field goal. I was happy that he was able to get that. And, yeah, the Khalif Raymond 65-yard punt return, amazing, man. He was freaking speedy. That's always something to see. And that was probably the moment that I lost my voice a little bit. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it sounds like I've smoked 12 packs of cigarettes today. I got it that way because of the Khalif Raymond punt return touchdown. So that is exciting, and I'm sure you guys enjoyed that as well. We had some close calls on injuries today. You know, Aiden Hutchinson went down. He ended up being okay and coming back. Kirby Joseph went down with a bit of an injury, with a knee injury, I thought it was, and he was out, and I thought that was serious because he looked pretty serious, and he ended up coming back. That was huge. DJ Reed went out with a hamstring injury. That looked really serious. I know they took him off on the cart, but Dan Campbell said that is questionable. He's likely not to play against Cincinnati next week, but he shouldn't miss as of right now. I mean, he did caution it with they need to run more tests, so hopefully it's not too serious. But as of right now, it shouldn't be too long-term, and he agreed with Tyrion Arnold as well, who also did not have a great day, but that doesn't mean that we want him injured. he started off having a horrible day, and then he got injured. I think his was a shoulder injury, maybe shoulder injury. He also should not be out long term. I think between the two, DJ Reed is a little bit more serious. But yeah, I remember seeing DJ Reed go down, and it's like somebody shot him in the back of the leg or something. He just dropped to the ground and clutching himself. Thankfully, that was an incomplete pass, I think. Overall, just a really, really fun game, exciting game. It was close in the beginning. I was worried. We did have them hanging around. They were kind of lingering in that first half. I was like, uh-oh, this is going to be the Packers 2.0, after they beat the Packers last week. So definitely didn't want that to happen. Needed to put them away right away, and I think that punt return kind of did it. St. Brown, like I said, he had 2 touchdowns. His last one was really that final nail in the coffin against the Cleveland Browns. And, I mean, the Browns even ended up putting in Dylan Gabriel, and the Lions put in, God, what's his name, Allen? Why can't I think of his first name? Is it Kyle Allen? I think it's Kyle. Come on, Kyle. Yeah, so we got some second stringers in there, too, just to give everybody a rest, even though it was like 5 minutes left in the game. But overall, Lions winning 34-10. That's a 24-point victory. I was predicting a 40-17, so I was only off by a touchdown for both teams. I just thought a great game. It was a lot of fun to be at. If you saw my TikTok, I'm telling you, TikTok's a place to be right now. I'm a little bit more active, but don't worry. I was an old man that was kind of resisting TikTok as well. So it's okay if you don't get there. I try to post it to everywhere, but I'm just happy that you guys see anything that I do, or hear anything that I do. So, yeah. So with that, let's get into some scoring stats. Yeah. So scoring plays right away. Like I said, the Browns got things started after the Lions went 4-0. Let's call it that. Wait. Yeah. Hang on a second. I got such positive feedback on my double glasses a couple weeks ago. I couldn't find them last week, but I got such watch out, Barry Sanders. I got such positive feedback on my double glasses. We're going to do it again because I am blind. Forgive me. I'm going to look off to the right because this is where I'm going to hold my phone. Spotify or podcast listeners, you're not going to notice anything. The Browns got things started with Quinshawn Judkins. Sorry, I can't say anything. With a 1-yard rush, that makes it 7-0 Cleveland. That drive was 13 plays for 88 yards, and they took 7 minutes, 10 seconds off the clock. Lions finally come back on their second drive with a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown, 8-yard rush, 5 plays, 65 yards. Seen here.
This is Gibbs inside the 5 to the end zone, touchdown.
There goes the run game. John Morton, offensive coordinator, said they haven't seen a run game like ours. The patience of Jahmyr Gibbs to allow his blocks to set up.
Kirby Joseph gets things started on defense with an interception. A wild, crazy throw from Joe Flacco. Not crazy throw. I just thought it was going out of bounds, and then next thing I knew, the crowd was cheering. It wasn't until the replay. You guys can check it out here.
Clock winding down. 3rd down and 8. Flacco under pressure, and it is picked off along the near sideline by Kirby Joseph.
You see the pressure, they're collapsing the pocket. Really wasn't a lot of pressure getting to Flacco. You might have felt some of it, but usually the 18-year vet doesn't do that, right? And Kirby Joseph, I'm so glad he made him pay. If you're going to throw the ball up like that and not value the football, Kirby Joseph led the NFL in interceptions last year, Pro Bowler. He's going to make you pay just like that with the interception.
Next, the Lions extend their lead on a Jake Bates 48-yard field goal. That makes the game 7-10. And, of course, DJ Reed's interception was something to see. Check this out.
New set of downs for Cleveland. Flacco to the outside, and it's DJ Reed down the sideline, forced out of bounds.
Flacco hurries a throw. There's really no reason for him to be throwing the ball out there. Jerry Jeudy either falls, he feels like DJ Reed was grabbing onto him. There is no call by the officials. That looks like an interception.
And then with 3 minutes left in the second quarter, Amon-Ra St. Brown gets his first of 2 touchdowns. a 2-yard pass from Jared Goff. That makes it 7-17 Lions. Now with 8 seconds left in the half, Jake Bates kicks that 58-yard field goal. That makes the game 7-20 at the end of the half. Now the Browns come out in the third quarter to get things started with a Andre Szmyt, S-Z-M-Y-T. I'm just assuming it's Smith, with a 33-yard field goal. That makes it 20-10. Then Khalif Raymond has this 65-yard punt return for the touchdown.
Taking out the 35. Khalif Raymond across midfield. Still going. One man to beat. It's the punt for Bohorquez. Touchdown, Khalif Raymond.
That, of course, makes the score 27-10 in favor of the Lions. Lots of solid play on defense as Aiden Hutchinson knocks the ball out of Flacco's hands here.
Penalty flag as Flacco is hit. Ball comes loose. And it's recovered by the Lions and taken in by Nowoski.
Here's the formation, and what you're looking at, Cornelius Lucas, he is off the ball. Did not help him one bit being backed up. Aiden Hutchinson, he got there so fast, he didn't even try to hit Flacco. He just took the ball, swatted at it. That still counts as a strip sack.
Nowoski recovered. He was ruled down.
But
And then finally we cap it off with Amon-Ra St. Brown's second touchdown of the game. This is the final nail in the coffin with an 8-yard pass from Jared Goff.
Third and goal. St. Brown to the end zone. Touchdown.
can't say enough about Amon-Ra and Jared Goff. Jared Goff checks him into the right play. And then that little subtle move by Amon-Ra to set up the block.
During that DJ Reed interception, Kirby Joseph, this was the play that Kirby Joseph was injured on. So it was kind of emotionally confusing, like you wanted to cheer. And then at the same time, you wanted to make sure that Kirby Joseph was okay. So let's go over the stats. Let's start with the bad guys first. Joe Flacco went 16 of 34 for 184 yards with 2 interceptions. He was sacked 3 times. He finished with a quarterback rating of 39.3. Quinshawn Judkins, he ran the ball 21 times for 82 yards. Not a horrible day for 1 touchdown, his longest being 11 yards. Let's go top 3 wide receivers. Isaiah Bond had 3 receptions for 58 yards. His longest is 35. Jerry Jeudy had 3 catches for 48 yards. His longest was 33. He was targeted 9 times, by the way, on that. Quinshawn Judkins, I always feel like I'm just messing that up. He caught the ball 4 times for 33 yards. His longest was 16. That was on 4 targets as well, so he was 4 for 4 on his targets. Joe Flacco had 1 fumble and 1 lost, and DeAndre Carter had 1 fumble, but he was able to recover it. Now, top 5 tacklers for Cleveland: Devin Bush. Hey, that sounds familiar. 9 total tackles, 6 solo. Ronnie Hickman, he had 9 total tackles, 4 solo. And Carson Schwessinger, 8 tackles, 3 solo. And Grant Delpit, 5 tackles, 4 solo. And Malik Collins, 5 tackles, 1 solo. Jared Goff did throw 1 interception. That was to Denzel Ward. He returned it for 13 yards. Now, Andre Szmyt went 1 for 2 with field goals. His longest was a 33-yarder. And Corey Bojorquez, I know, I'm so sorry for pronouncing these wrong. He had 7 punts today for 314 yards. His average was 44.9. He was inside the 24 times, and his longest was 47 yards. I feel like he did have a clunker of a punt there in the middle. Now, the Detroit Lions, let's talk about the heroes of the day. Jared Goff went 16 of 27 for 167 yards, 2 touchdowns and interceptions, 0 sacks, and a quarterback rating of 86.7. Jahmyr Gibbs ran the ball 15 times for 91 yards with 1 touchdown, his longest being 24. David Montgomery, he carried the ball 9 times. He only got 12 yards out of the day. Today just wasn't his day. That's fine. I still would have liked to have seen them give him the ball, 3 or 4 more times just to see if he could get something going. Jameson Williams did have that run, but he lost 3 yards on it. From the angle that I was at, I knew it was I felt it was a small gain, but apparently he lost 3 yards on that. Now let's talk about the Lions' top 4 receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 7 catches for 70 yards, 2 touchdowns, longest being 25. He had 7 targets, so he was 7 for 7. Jamison Williams had 2 receptions for 40 yards. His longest was 27. He was targeted 8 times, 2 catches out of 8 targets. I feel like there were some drops there, man. Sam Laporta caught the ball 3 times, 39 yards. That was on 4 targets. His longest was 27 yards. Khalif Raymond, 2 catches, 13 yards. His longest was 7, and that was on 3 targets. Trevor Nowaski did get the fumble recovery. And, of course, we talked about Kirby Joseph and DJ Reed with the interceptions. Now, Jack Campbell led the team in tackles. Again, he had 11 total, 7 solo. Derek Barnes had 7 total, 2 solo. Alex Anzalone, this is nice. Your top 3 tacklers are all your starting linebackers. Alex Anzalone, 6 tackles, 4 solo. He had a sack as well. And Terrion Arnold had 6 tackles, 4 solo. Now, the other sacks are Aiden Hutchinson. He had 2, so the Lions had 3 sacks on the day. Detroit kick returns. Jacob Sailors had 2 returns for 51 yards, average of 25.5. His longest was 31. Khalif Raymond had 1 return for 30 yards. That was the kick return. Now, the punt return, he had 5 punt returns for 76 yards, 15.2 average. Longest was the 65-yard touchdown that he did in just under 1.2 seconds. I'm kidding. That's not true. Don't take my word for that. Jake Bates was 2 for 2 on field goals. His longest was 58. Of course, that other one was that 48-yard field goal. He was also 4 for 4 on extra points. He had 10 total points on the day. Jack Fox punted the ball 5 times for 221 yards. His average was 44.2. His longest was 53 yards. He was inside the 20 every single time, which was 5. All 5 of his punts were inside the 20. Now let's talk about these team stats real quick. We are almost done, boys and girls. The Browns had 16. Both teams had 16 first downs. The Browns were 3 for 14 on third down. The Lions were 6 for 14 on third down. The Browns were 1 for 1 on fourth down. The Lions were 0 for 1. Red zone. The Cleveland Browns were 1 for 2. While the Lions were 3 for 3. Penalties. I thought the refs, I'm not a huge fan of the refs today. Of course, they didn't change the outcome of the game for either team, I don't think. I do feel like they were, excuse me, I'm going to yawn here. I do feel like they were calling things pretty early as far as the pass interference goes on both sides, on both teams. I feel like they were calling some pass interference calls. But, yeah, the Browns were 6 penalties for 44 yards. The Lions were 6 penalties for 35 yards. The Browns had 3 turnovers, those 3 turnovers, and the Lions only had that 1 turnover. I almost forgot about the Jared Goff interception. Then I don't think that was great. The Browns had the ball for 31 minutes, 44 seconds. The Lions had the ball for 28 minutes, 16 seconds, and 64,494 people were in attendance at Ford Field. We got to talk some Flowers real quick. Over the last 2 weeks, the Lions became the first. This was not including today. This was something just a few days ago. But over the last 2 weeks, the Lions became the first NFL team since the 1970 AFL-NFL merger to compile the following numbers over any 2-game span. That's 6 passing touchdowns, 6 rushing touchdowns, 0 sacks allowed, and 0 turnovers. Kirby Joseph has produced his 19th career interception. His 19 interceptions rank as the most in the NFL since he entered the league in 2022 and rank as the second most any Lions player has ever recorded through 53 games since the 1970 AFL-NFL merger. Next, Khalif Raymond's 65-yard punt return. He has now 3 punt returns for touchdowns for Detroit. That ties him for 4th most in franchise history. Next, Aiden Hutchinson gets some flowers. He now has 32 career sacks. That is the most any Lions player has produced through the first 4 seasons of their career. And he didn't even play half a season last year. So how impressive is that? And sad for that matter, too. But I'm happy that he's the one with that distinct honor. And for the first time since sacks became an official statistic in 1982, the Lions have gone 3 straight games. Now make that 4 straight games without allowing a single sack in a single season. That's amazing. That is amazing. And the only players in Lions history to produce 2 or more touchdown receptions in 2 straight home games is Amon-Ra St. Brown and Mr. Roy Williams, who did it in 2004. Also, the only players in Lions history to produce 70-plus scrimmage yards and a touchdown in 5 straight home games. This is a fantastic stat. Listen to this. Jahmyr Gibbs did it today. The only other 2 people to ever do that produce 70-plus scrimmage yards and a touchdown in 5 straight home games. Jahmyr Gibbs, Barry Sanders, and Billy Sims. That is fantastic company to be keeping. Now, Amon-Ra St. Brown is the NFL's first wide receiver to produce at least 25 receptions, 300 receiving yards, and 6 receiving touchdowns through the first 4 games of a season since Randy Moss did it back in 2007. And he's the 9th player in NFL history, only the 9th player in NFL history to do so. So, that's it for the flowers. That's it for the stats. That's it for my commentary and my opinions and all of that stuff. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, screenshot that you follow me wherever you listen to your podcast. Screenshot that you follow me on YouTube. Make sure you tag me. Instagram, Twitter, whatever you got to do, okay? I will log it. You'll be entered into the contest. That's all you have to do. Make sure you do that. Don't DM me. You got to make it public so people can see it. I'm trying to spread awareness and gain followers. So you can DM me and be like, hey, did you see it? I just tagged it. And then I'll be like, no, I didn't see it. Please do it again. Or, yes, I did see it. Thank you. You've been locked. I'm pretty fair. I'm pretty legit. And I will send you whichever one of these bobbleheads you want. Again, that's a Brad Holmes bobblehead, a Calvin Johnson bobblehead, a David Montgomery bobblehead, or a Penei Sewell bobblehead, and this fantastic Barry Sanders replica statue. I think this is amazing. This is so cool, man. And it like looks bronze. It's not bronze. I don't think it's plastic. It is pretty heavy. It is really heavy. So, at least 2 pounds maybe. You would think it's plastic. It's just not plastic. So, the people that have this, they know this is pretty cool. And it looks just like that statue just sitting outside of Ford Field as well. I'll probably put this one behind me next to my Barry Sanders book and my autographed Barry Sanders helmet. Now, look, I'm not rubbing it in. I'm just saying that's where I'm going to put it next. So, anyway, thanks again, everybody. Please rate and subscribe. I hope you guys had a good time. I love doing this. Thanks for complimenting me on my double glasses until I get some bifocals. I know some of you guys were just being sarcastic, facetious, but that's okay with me. It's late. My voice hurts. I'm going to edit this and get this out for you guys tonight. Thank you again for watching and subscribing. And the winner, you guys got 3 weeks. Week 8, bye week, the winner will be announced.